Hey, everybody. Michelle is here. Woo, taking a little break. And then I want to go outside, but it looks like we may get some rain. So I may have to do whatever I had planned to do outside. May have to do it in here. But I just want to just share some things about, how quickly things are changing and how quickly people are doing everything they can to kind of, keep up with trends. For example, when I was back in the day when I was publishing my books, I did almost everything. I published the books. I took classes on marketing. I took classes on this. I took classes on that. And, I used the organic sources of generating followers or generating people interested. And I did the other one where you paid for certain things. And there was just a whole lot of complexities and this and that and the other. I learned code. And now I don't have the energy for that. I have no energy for that kind of technical stuff. I just really focus on the creativity side of it. But I noticed that, you have to be, a lot of young people don't understand because you're young and you're not supposed to understand everything. But a lot of you come running up into the field of this type of atmosphere of creativity and not understanding that there is always a backstory, always, with everything. And the backstory is this: there's always been say for example, my focus is on Black culture and Black culture creativity. There has always been non-Black people, though, who determined whether someone was Black enough or urban enough or this and that and the other. There's always non-Black people making those decisions because, they were the ones financing everything. They were the ones investing in everything. But just like Black culture, just because Black culture is so creative, a lot of them, the creatives, would self-promote themselves and do a lot of the legwork, do a lot of the calling, do a lot of networking, blah 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 blah. So they were changing the game, and they still are changing the game now. Now because of TikTok, and certain other platforms, YouTube, which has been fantastic sometimes, I sensed. And then you have all these others that come in to now, or then now they're, and then, that's how it spun into reality shows because everybody started being interested instead of these Hollywood fake personas. They started giving their attention towards reality shows, and these reality challenges. So, stuff started spinning and changing. And of course, the originals of the originals that usually were in Hollywood, let's be honest, always will get wind of that kind of stuff. And then they'll be running towards it. So now it's the user content. I think that's what it's called. The original user content. Now everybody's focusing on that. Okay, and I think that's where the creators are. That's where you guys come in, right there. Because I think the 30-year-olds and under are the ones that people are chasing after now with all these creativities and these creative ideas and this and that and the other. And everybody's rushing to either assist it or steal it. Now, we all know in Black culture what happens. It's usually stolen. All the creative work and effort that young black people, invest their time in is always stolen. And they're rarely ever given the credit for creating stuff. And they always have to go into the court of law, to prove that this original content belonged to them. So now it seems to be getting easier for Black culture to keep their creativity in Black culture and be given the proper um, recognition and the proper accolades and proper ownership that's their original content, and they ought to be compensated for it. But it is always so difficult. It's the most difficult thing. Like I said, it's so easy for people to look in to the culture, into black culture, and they'll see and spun out ideas and take them and claim that it belongs to them. It happens with songs. There's some type of copyright going on now, where you got this singer, claiming to have you stolen something from a black male icon, and we know what it is. I don't have to even say anything. And so it's always that type of thing. Always, always, always. It's like we're always needing to, as black people in black culture, always needing to defend, our existence. Always defending our creativity, that we've created these original content that is used so freely with other cultures, and black culture is rarely ever given the recognition, the respect, that it belongs to black culture, and black culture ought to be compensated for it. So I'm not going to back down at all from my obligation to black culture. I don't care how uncomfortable it causes other non-black people to feel. Okay? We've lost so many black icons, black women icons more specifically, because they were pointing this stuff out as well. Because, Hollywood loved these black female icons because they were gorgeous, beautiful, magnificent. Hollywood loved that. But Hollywood wanted those black female icons separated from black culture, though. Same thing, like I said, with the Jacksons. They wanted the Jacksons to be separated from black culture. Okay. So, and all the rest of them. That was the standard. Okay, back in the day. And so, like I said, so now original content is coming along, and it's kind of hard to prove that it's kind of hard to say that something doesn't belong to someone, because there's usually documentation for it now. There's video of it. Okay. So it's hard to say that, but I know we have the deep fakes. Trust me. These AIs, these clones, these androids, these avatars. I know we have all of that type of technology, and other dangers of technology. Now they're stealing music out of, that belongs to some of these black icons. Stealing their raps, stealing their beats. It's just a constant need to defend all the time, and to claim ownership, and not to be disregarded, or be eroded, or be abandoned, or be targeted. And even, like I said, and most of the time we get that targeting and ignorance from black people, and usually young black people that were sheltered from black cultures. They have no idea about black cultures. Yeah, you can live in a city for a little bit, or you can live in a city around black culture, or you can go to a school of black cultures, but living in a black culture, that's different. And having to go back home into a black culture, that's different. Okay, all because you have a black skin. Some people have been sheltered from black culture, and a lot of them were in military. A lot of them had black icon, famous black icons, where their children and their family had to be protected and sheltered. So a lot of people don't, and usually those are the talking heads, the ones that really actually did not live in black culture 24/7. Usually the news media like to use those kind of talking heads. So it's always a battle, right? It's a battle, and it's always a battle over materialism. Battle. and stealing, always wanting to disregard. Whitewash is a perfect. Whitewashing was the perfect way to whitewash sculptures, whitewash images, to try to wash out the black. That was a common practice too. With Greek mythology, most of those people were of color, but nobody wants to accept that. Egypt, come on now. Egypt is a culture of black and dark people. Black and dark people are the ones that created those shades of color of all those other light-skinned people. They're light-skinned Africans. Okay? Same thing in Haiti. The Dominicans, they're light-skinned Haitians, but they want to call themselves Dominicans. So whitewashing has been existing for thousands of years. And the same thing with women too. If women are paying attention, and I know women are, women are somehow missing from everything. But there were women disciples. There are women prophets. There are women messengers. But yet you see none of that in any of these books. So same thing that's happening to black culture, the trans culture, happening to women too, for millennium as well. Women somehow have disappeared from textbooks. You mean to tell me, some of these scientists didn't have women or wives, so, or sisters? Because you can't have a culture without women. Okay, men do not give birth to anything. Okay, women do that. Women are the only one that can procreate. Men cannot, deliver babies. So, and then, like I said, there's some cultures that are doing everything in their power. I said that in one video, doing everything in their power to eliminate women. So what does that mean? If you eliminate women, that means eventually you're going to be eliminating yourselves. The same thing with black culture. If you keep continuing to eliminate black culture, I say in 1,000 years, there's a lot of cultures that are going to be eliminated, and they are of white heritage. Because anytime you mess with the carriers, a hereditary design, it's going to be affecting all shades of color and causing elimination of those shades of color. But no one wants to hear that. And we always come into these arguments about that. And it's just ignorance. It really is. And I'm telling you, the children and the descendants are going to be the most affected by all of this. And they're going to be the most disappointed in their parents. And that their parents allow all this bullshit to continue when it was obvious. And it is also irrelevant. Because they're going to realize that this planet is not suitable for human life. But yet they're going to have to continue to live on this planet because there is no other planets nearby. Okay, you could run to the moon, you can run to Mars, but we all know that's more difficult of a feat, But yet, and there's so much lies and deceptions about that as well. Not everything is being disclosed about what's happening on the moon and what's happening on Mars. So like I said, the children and descendants are going to be the most disgusted by all of this. And they're going to be most disgusted towards their parents. And wish that they probably were never born. Okay, so, and then they're going to act out in such a way that, it's going to affect everybody, unfortunately. So just stay the course. Pick your battles. Some battles are not worth getting all involved with. This is a political season. Keep that in mind. So the more that people can get conversation going. See, a lot of these these sick politicians, because there are a lot of them sick in their consciousness and their psyche. There's some good ones, and they know that they're good people, but they know that they're in a small number. But they're gonna these political savvy criminals are gonna do everything they can to keep dividing people, keep people arguing, and keep people distracted. And that's all it is a distraction. So we just need to start recognizing these manipulations and these intentional it's brainwashing, it's indoctrination, it's being in a trance, you know, and causing you to be overwhelmed and distracted all the time, so that you can't pay attention to what's really going on behind the scenes. Okay, so but at the same time, you can smile about certain things, because a lot of it is out of our control. But you can at least smile and keep everything in your life neutralized and balanced, and keep your thoughts, clear and effective, so that you can create a certainty of your future, future of paradise, even in the midst of chaos and destruction. There is paradise, within all of that, all the time. Okay, so always remember that. And trust yourself. Work on your meditation, your no thought meditation, so you can increase your sensing and receiving, so that you can pick up signs of danger, pick up signs of whatever may be going on in your neck of the woods, in your environment, in your community, and maybe in your own house. Okay, so peace and love, everybody, and trust me, I'll be back.